Hello there. Thank you for coming to join us on such short notice. I hope you're staying safe in this time of crisis. I'm going to skip straight to the interview, if that's okay with you. You said your name is Sekile. Yes, it is. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm glad to have an opportunity to speak with you, especially from Siblar Solar. Guys, been around for 35 years. Let's see where this interview takes us. Perfect. Well, let's get started then. Tell me how you got started in your career. Yes, thank you. So I've been washing dishes for the last 10 years, or I've been in the kitchen industry for the last 10 years, and I needed to get out. And one of the ways I thought of doing that was to go to school. I started in small business and entrepreneurs. They taught me how to create websites, how to just work with the law, with the kind of business that I might want to bring out, how to create business cards, logos, the whole nine yards with creating your own small business, forecasting, you name it. I then found myself going into massage therapy because I thought I wanted to do something a little bit more physical, but was scared of that. And the strike came around for Mohawk College, and I piggybacked on that to get my money back and put myself back into a program that I thought I understood better, and that was marketing. Seeing as I did a lot of marketing with the small business and entrepreneurs, I wanted to expand on it, and I'm glad that I did. I have the opportunity to work with several clients over the last 3 years in the advanced marketing administration program at Mohawk College. Um, I've gotten to work with startups and not-for-profit organizations, and they've allowed me to use those skills in my own workplaces. I work in a kitchen, and it's allowed me to say, hey, how can we create content that we can put in a digital marketing plan, for instance? And this is me taking pictures of some of the food that I make and then posting on various platforms and then seeing how they work, one post to the other in terms of viewage, conversion, awareness, or engagement on the page or the post itself. It allows me to give my boss an idea of what we can do in terms of driving awareness to the restaurant without even doing digital marketing, but also just traditional advertising, creating posters, using the right verbiage, getting the right placement and timing, of course, and coming up with smart plans to help move these marketing strategies and tactics along. That is excellent. You sound really resourceful. I really like what I'm hearing so far. Well, let's move on to the next question, shall we? What makes you passionate about this work? Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, thanks for asking. I want to take what I've learned in marketing and place it anywhere that I can touch. And when I read your job requirements, you were looking for somebody excited, somebody eccentric and creative. And I feel like I can give to your company the kind of creativity and the kind of goals in marketing that you're looking for with what I've learned in trying to create marketing plans, creating content calendars for startup companies and for small businesses, of course, not for profit organizations as well. I believe those skills are transferable, specifically creating the marketing plans and then executing those strategies, coming up with tactics. This is everything from digital advertising to traditional advertising, direct mail, again, the tactics following those MailChimp, Facebook ads, Instagram campaigns, doing posters. Um, Furthermore, I really enjoy the creativity that comes from the job because it allows me to challenge myself. I find myself in positions where I haven't worked with a client before or a specific idea. For instance, we worked with a client that wanted to introduce a running app for the first time, and it was quite a challenge to narrow down his target market from runners, cyclists, and triathlons to just runners to be rational with what he can afford and what he can actually market in terms of people that are affluent and wanting to take professional races. And so looking at a company like yours that has been in the industry for 35 years that is looking for individuals to commit to marketing strategies, specifically direct marketing, digital marketing, I can transfer those skills from my previous clients and experiences over to your company, and we can see what kind of profits we can turn over. For instance, we worked with a client with Modus Fire Rescue that creates firefighter tools. And the challenge was that they needed to market this tool to firefighters, but they couldn't because it's not a licensed firefighter tool. As a result, they needed to find people in similar industries that would also use it. And this device can be used to break through windows, cut through walls, hook onto ladders you can hang from and climb, open valves, hold on to hoses. For firefighters, that's important, especially considering the pressure that's coming out. And we were able to find customers in America that were willing to pay. We had a campaign that ran for 9 days with the intention of selling 195 Snagger tools, and in the second day, we managed to sell 177. That made me jump and dance, and that is a feeling I want to keep bringing back to the table. Any customer, any client that I'm working for, seeing that look, you can't top that, and being a part of that feeling was beyond anything I felt in forms of career success. You know, you can cook a good meal for people. You can cook for 15 people, but I literally put a person's dream out there for people to see, and then I watched it generate money, and I watched them believe in something that I did. Wow. Wow. All right. Wow. Next question. How has your skill set grown over time? I think you've answered it fairly easily, but I want to hear it directly from the horse's mouth. Yes, of course. Well, industry kitchen for roughly 10 years. I've been doing marketing for about 3, and all throughout that time, I've been developing skills on how to go from a dishwasher to a line cook to a kitchen manager, and then transfer my skills every time to try and adapt to that position. And now with marketing, I'm learning to go from a person that just wants to put something out there to become viral to actually implementing a plan that can manage results. And the way I manage to grow is by continuing my education. I believe that's something that's important. And it's something I learned from massage therapy, wherein you can't just stop doing massage therapy after you've done it for 3 years. You have to keep learning, and you have to keep on top of what you're learning. And so I try to watch LinkedIn videos and to keep myself on top of what might be new that they're putting out there in terms of Excel, or what might be new in terms of SEO. YouTube has been a home of videos for me. I didn't grow up with television, so being able to log onto the internet to watch TV, far cheaper. But I'm able to find anything that I'm doing in my job, my industry, on YouTube in step-by-step formats and as guides to help me remember or to help me learn how to do things that are new to me, especially considering how rapidly things keep evolving, especially like SEO, for instance, search engine optimization. It's new every year. And for me to just go to school for 3 years and then just cut it off there will not keep me up with whatever changes come to the market. Another way I'm staying on top of my growth is by reading the news, articles, and keeping up with items that are relevant to me that I'm finding on the internet. So I have a social media news network where we try to post anything that is relevant to Ontario, Canada, specifically Hamilton, that is social media related. And this involves me waking up in the morning at 7 and researching in the news articles about any social media platform. Might that be Facebook or Instagram? And I write a little summary of what I've read in that article, and I post it online. And this, for me, has been a way of keeping up with technological trends that are happening every day. It is also a way for me to post about other things that I might have hobbies of. And on that note, it's allowed me to mention how my marketing abilities can be present for people. I would like to create like a marketing agency of my own or at least be able to put my freelancing skills to a much far better use by presenting to people how my marketing skills work online. And so if I am posting articles by creating content, it shows that I have a presence online as a marketing freelancer. And I'm also posting about content that's relevant to marketers. That content allows me to learn what's happening in marketing and keep up with those trends. Well, that is impressive. What is the name of this social media news network by chance? Oh, we're Sock News. Thank you for asking. If you're curious, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, anything social media related. We talk about it in Canada, of course. Great. Well, I will definitely look that up. I appreciate it. Now, let's move on to the next question. Are the skills you'd like the opportunity to develop in the future? I beg your pardon. I did not read that correctly. Are there skills you would like the opportunity to develop in the future? Yes, there are. And I think the future can be tomorrow, could be 3 days from now, and I'm trying to take advantage of those opportunities every waking day. I would like to learn how to do handstands and yoga. I would like to learn how to cook Peking duck. Um, but more importantly, I would like to learn how to work with web design. I would like to learn how to do video composition and photo composition. That way, I can provide content that comes from my marketing mouth, per se, in forms of videos, pictures for Facebook posts that my client would want to create. That is something that I would like to bring to the table, or at least have the knowledge of. So when I'm talking to the team that you may have that is designing your posters or designing your pictures, I would be able to talk to them about the kind of verbiage and where it should go, and have respect on their end as to the placement of certain graphics on the poster, because we both understand how it works and it shouldn't be argued because one person is arrogant towards that. Um, Furthermore, I would like to learn how to. I want to know how to use my marketing skills better than I am now. I want to be able to do what I've done for 10 years in the kitchen, but in a form of marketing, and make it seem that easy. And like, I want it to become my new kitchen. So if I can develop that skill and make that my future, yeah, yeah, I think that's my answer. Inspiring, I tell you. Inspiring. Now, how did you learn about this open opportunity or this open position? Well, funny you should ask. I was looking for a job. um, no, I was looking for a job that revolved around marketing strategies, creating them and executing them, because that is something I'm passionate about. And when I saw that in your requirements, that was something that you were looking for, I immediately dropped a resume, was ready with the cover letter. It wasn't even a second thought. Um, I found it through Google mainly, just happening to do those keyword searches. One thing that I've learned from my classes is that if I am narrowing down what it is that I want by doing proper keyword search, then I will be able to find the strong position that I want to work in. Furthermore, you guys stuck out to me as a solar company, and I would like to get involved with that as much as I can. I think that renewable energy is the way of the future. Sustainability, yes. Google is useful. Google is indeed useful, but I like that you put in a good keyword search. It is. It just so happened we are looking for people to manage marketing strategies and to be able to create content on those platforms as well. So I'm glad that you read up on that. Could you tell me a bit more about our company? Yes, I think I could do that. You are a solar manufacturing facility. Um, you've been around for about 35 years, leveraging for about 35 years. You want to grow your team of employees from 400 plus, and you're located in Toronto and in Bellingham, as far as I'm concerned. And you would like to introduce a new generation of solar products. You're looking for a marketing coordinator, if I am not mistaken. You, sir, are not wrong, which is exactly why we are going to move to our next question. Why are you leaving your current position? I think it's kind of safe to say I just couldn't do it anymore. And this isn't coming from a place of giving up, it's coming from a place of I need something new to do. I need to grow, and I wasn't growing in the job that I was in. I love cooking with passion, but I wasn't able that way. It wasn't sustainable financially, and it wasn't sustainable emotionally either. There's a lot you do that you don't that nobody cares about, and it doesn't really reflect on yourself very positively. You can cook for millions of people, and nobody really says thank you. Um, but on that note, I needed to change my environment, and I needed to learn something else to be able to do something more than just cooking. I think another driver behind that is that I can't be on my feet all day, and this is just coming from foot pain, born with a ganglion cyst. I had surgery, but it reinforces the thought again. It would be useful to have a skill just in case I cannot keep up with the current job that I have. And I think that is valuable. It was valuable for me to go into marketing to try and see what I can use that use with that skill, and it has shown results. I'm seeing responses from different companies now when I go on Indeed and when I go on job search websites where I never before was looking for customer service in the sense of sales or in the sense of working for telecommunication companies. But I can use those skills now, and it's because I've been in marketing for the last 3 years. I've worked with clients that have made me think outside the box even further than I have before. And I think that translates really well to I don't want to be a cook anymore. I want to be something more. Beautiful. What do you consider to be your core strengths? Initiative. I have been told by several of my employers that I take initiative when others won't. And it has shown, it has benefited me as a result. Um, I've moved up in positions. I've been able to work in different restaurants because of my skill to just pick up the pan and go when everybody else needs to kind of question what the pan's for, how hot's the pan, do we got a cloth? And that just comes with, analyzing the situation properly and just executing it. And, I take that initiative and I put that in my marketing where I am creating not just one marketing plan over the course of the year, but several marketing plans and actually implementing, sorry, actually showing individual step by step models on how to implement those ad themselves. And when I know an individual doesn't know what they're doing, I do it for them. So, for instance, with the Brantford Aquatic Club, we were required to create a marketing plan with IMC, Integrated Marketing Communication Strategies, uh, that they can follow easily. Of course, with my marketing skill and knowledge and ability, I don't expect them to be able to operate the same way that I do. And so I took it upon myself to screenshot what I was doing and to give them instructions, written instructions on how to follow those screenshots. And it ended up being a 99-page document. We did win of the three classes. We were the winning group that presented to our client directly. And I can guarantee you that they were using those because you can see that Brantford Aquatic Club is making presence on Facebook and on Instagram. And I think that's really positive, and I stand by that because those are influences. May not be our direct words, and it's possible they may not have used our exact pictures, but this individual took the time to listen to us for an hour after we spent close to uncountable producing work for them. And it's because we just did it. We didn't question, well, we had questions, of course, but where other groups may have said that's too much, we said this is what the client needs. And we took that action. What motivates you to succeed? The smell of conversion rates, just those cost per clicks coming in. Um, Sorry, this isn't time to be sarcastic. It's the results. I'm motivated by a return on investment, and if that return on investment is good, I'm interested. When I was working in a kitchen, I was responsible for doing the food cost, and that meant using Excel to price out how much it costs by weight for each item to go out when we serve it. This was buying boxes of bread for $20 and then narrowing it down to each bun being roughly 20 cents. And doing that for the cheese, the burger, doing that for the lettuce, the tomato, and then calculating a total of $2.30 to make that burger, which is exactly why we're going to sell it for $6 or $6.90. It taught me how to properly margin myself, and that was important. I found success in a properly orchestrated menu that was properly priced out, that didn't produce waste. We were able to find food that our customers genuinely liked eating, and we're able to put it out there for a reasonable price as well. And seeing that return of investment actually come back into the restaurant is something that inspires me to keep making better meals, keep making better ads, keep putting out better content so that people keep coming back and keep feeling motivated to want to come and use our products, use our services, have our food, use our ads. That motivates me. I want to come back, and there's nothing better than seeing the look on a person's face when like they sell all of their products. Another client that we worked with, well, that I personally had the joy of working with, is operating a landscaping company, and they wanted to do door to door poster delivery or flyer delivery. And after 2 weeks of no responses from like thousands of flyers that had gone out, I suggested to them that we do a Facebook ad. And, I've been telling them for maybe weeks now that this is the way to go. And it wasn't until I showed them what it looked like that the gears started turning, that they saw, hey, we can reach this many people with that much. Okay, and you can do this for me? That's really cool. Thank you. I did not know that this was possible. That's motivating to me. I like it. I just overall like it. Here, just take the job. No, I'm kidding. What kind of blogs and articles do you read? So every morning I get up, do yoga, and I put some news on in the background while doing a live session on Facebook. I listen to CBC News, CTV, DW News Group, Bloomberg. I think there's something Tech Check, but that gives you a compilation of 5 news stations and summaries of what happens in their day. And then I listen to podcasts. I do enjoy my content from there in terms of what I can get information wise. But to Today Explained, they tend to talk about what is relevant today and confirm what was being told on the news. In terms of articles online, I mentioned that I had a social media news platform on Facebook that encourages me to read a lot about social media, which is very important for my industry in marketing, because social media has a lot of advertising, and trends running around advertising there have been on fire lately. So being on top of that gives me that boost or at least that push above whom I'm imagining is my competitors, and that's not just my competitors, but also allies in the field, right? What I know is also something you know, but what I can learn is also something that you can also learn, right? It's still an opportunity and a threat when you think about it. Other articles that I'm familiar with reading, um, the Business Insider is very good. Uh, and I think that's all I can really say at the top of my head. Now, bear with me here. What was the last book you read? Well, if I'm being honest, it was the Introduction to Marketing uh, from about 3 years ago. I still pull it out to read it every so often because everything just keeps coming back, and I realize how important it is to know what segmentation is and target market every so often when I'm using the words wrong. Demographics are also something that's very can be tricky at times, especially with the laws now that are changing. There are some countries where you can't advertise to women, sorry, or you can't advertise to one specific gender, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to get the numbers that you're looking for if you're a company that provides only women clothing. But you have to advertise to men, then you're wasting money advertising to those men. But this book just pretty much helped narrow down keywords that I was looking for. Um, yeah, and that was pretty much it on that part. That's fair. That's fair, and you are still in school, so I don't blame you. Um, who is your favorite marketer and why? His name is Kevin Means. He was my teacher for first and second year marketing, and he was incredible. Uh, Pretty much the reason why Buck of Beer came to Canada, gave us what I imagine is the basics of doing international marketing, and I would follow this person into international waters to like try and selling toothbrushes and something like that. Man, the guy is brilliant, and I think his the way he taught was superb. But in terms of why I think he's a great marketer, I felt like he communicated very well how to understand cultures overseas and how to adapt to those cultures and try to sell products while being aware of certain cultures that you may otherwise not know. And that was a difficult topic to talk about. I could imagine being the person that says, hey, in India, they operate at a different time than they do in Canada. You know, saying that certain colors in certain countries, like the color black, I believe in Japan, um, isn't quite a good color, and it wouldn't be nice to wear black in Japan. And if you don't know that, you might be making a mistake. You can't be Justin Trudeau going in India dressed in the way he is. It's just it's not shedding some good light, and that he shed that light on to that situation for us. Where as a young marketer, where I do not know what I'm doing, especially like in global marketing, to like I had that humbling moment of, oh, I didn't know that. And this is an individual that has been in the industry for years, that is able to teach that to people, that is able to like demonstrate that feeling, not just that feeling, but able to get you to do Gantt charts, that is able to like have you measure like what is the violence rate in certain countries to see like if a product like yours will actually work with that, because that was important, but I didn't know that until he taught me. And so like I've tried thinking about a marketer that I know that's like famous on TV, and I just don't know one. So I'm settling with Kevin Means. He'll tell you what it means to pass. In your words, and your words only, I want you to tell me, what's your goal of marketing? I want it to work, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic here. I'm investing a lot in this skill. I'm investing a lot into what I think is going to be a career from this skill. And my goals are for it to be sustainable for myself, to be something that I am interested in, and to be something that I want to do. I want to do things that I want to do, if that makes sense. And marketing is something I want to do, and I want to feel good about doing it. And like if that means learning and going to school for it, if that means working different jobs that aren't necessarily marketing, but I can place or implement marketing somehow, then I'll take advantage of that. I it's my goal to reach people, like I I want to be seen. And one way I can be seen is by noticing you in a way. Like when I create ads, I find like 34,000 people that are interested in gardening. And that's me seeing you and then going out of my way to try and put my hand in front of you or to give you a sign, that being an ad, so you can say, hey, he exists and he's doing something. He's putting himself out there. I want it to work. Thank you for that. Really, though, I appreciate that, man. Could you define marketing coordinator for me, please? As far as I'm concerned, marketing coordinators create and execute marketing strategies, whether that's like making the content and then creating a campaign, executing that campaign, and then analyzing it to see what worked, what didn't. That is what I'm defining marketing coordinator to be. All right. I, I think I can agree with you there. If you were asked to increase memberships by 5% by the end of 3 months, what strategies and tactics would you use to make that happen? I guess it really does depend on the situation, but if we want to increase memberships for, say, a naturalist club by 5%, we would need to, one way of doing this is to make a focus group, figure out what's wrong in terms of like, is there something missing that people want? Are there opinions about the naturalist club that people have that we didn't know before that we can change or adapt to? From that folks group, we can implement the proper strategies and tactics, right? Whether that's doing direct mail because people would like to be reached through direct mail for newsletters for the Naturalist Club, or if that's Mailchimp, being able to reach people using a proper mailing service that gets their information for you, so you can reach out to them in marketing ways that are responsive to your ads. This is like finding new target markets in that group. That way, if they are younger and we've been aiming for older this whole time, we can use new platforms like Facebook and Instagram, so we can implement digital strategies and start implementing digital tactics like a Facebook campaign or an Instagram campaign, maybe getting up on Pinterest because people are starting to do things themselves, and it'd be interesting to see people get their like I'm volunteering, do it yourself kind of moment. You know what I mean? And in that sense, it it allows us to like move into other, I guess, digital campaign strategies and tactics where we can use pop-ups on the website, where we can use Google AdWords at any point in time during those 3 months to just generate keywords that people would be looking for in those moments. The whole idea is to get people to go to the website and register, right? So we can get more members, is that we can drive awareness in the AIDA model, awareness, interest, desire, action. We're trying to get people aware so we can drive them towards an action, and that action being to sign up. And it could be as simple as putting a poster up in a place that people go for the Naturalist Club. But I'm going to stick to, if we're changing the target market, if we're doing a focus group, a proper focus group, we're examining the target market, maybe getting a younger age to implement digital marketing strategies and use tactics like Facebook campaigns, Instagram campaigns, Pinterest campaigns, using direct mail through a direct marketing strategy, using Mailchimp as a tactic to get direct mail to people in the form of newsletters, and then getting those emails so that we have something to use in terms of marketing later for them. I think I think those are strong enough tactics as a starting point to at least begin getting us to 5%, and that's just the beginning of an entire marketing plan I am yet to write for you. Sakila, I cannot begin to say how impressed I am with you. That was phenomenal. I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. Thank you very much. Oh, you were so welcome, and thank you. I felt really good about that, and you know, we should do this again sometime. I hope you have a nice day.